the last video we talked about nominative and accusative forms of Czech adjectives. We also talked about different types of adjectives in more detail, so if you are not sure about those types, check the previous video. When deciding the right suffix of an adjective, you have to look at the noun, which is qualified by the adjective, and the final form of the adjective depends on if the noun is singular or plural, and if it is masculine, feminine, or neuter. And of course, there are three basic types of adjectives: hard, soft, and possessive, and the suffixes modifying the adjectives often differ for each of these three types. In this video, we are going to talk about hard and soft types of adjective in genitive and dative cases. The genitive and dative are a bit easier than nominative and accusative. We don't have to care about inanimate or animate masculine forms, and as you'll see, plural forms do not distinguish between genders. The genitive is typically used in a similar way as English of, like in a sentence, a photo of a big house. Fotka velkého domu. It is often used with prepositions z, ze, od, meaning from, or do, meaning to or into. Like přijeli do velkého města. They came to a big city. Also, it's used with a preposition bez, meaning without. The dative follows prepositions k, ke, meaning to or towards, like šli k velkému oknu. They went to the big window. Same principle is followed when it's used without a preposition. Zavolal starému kamarádovi. He phoned an old friend. Genitive forms in masculine and neuter again take the suffix ého for hard type and ího for soft type adjectives, like in the accusative in masculine, but this time there is no difference between animate or inanimate nouns. So, vyšli z velkého domu, they came out of the big house, or zeptali se osobního řidiče, they asked the personal driver. Díval se z velkého okna. He looked out of a big window, and díval se z moderního okna. He looked out of a modern window. In feminine singular, the forms take suffix é in hard type adjectives. For example, přišli z velké zahrady. They came from a big garden, and no change in the soft type again, přišli z moderní zahrady. They came from a modern garden. Dative forms in masculine and neuter take the suffix ému for hard type and ímu for soft type adjectives. So, for example, pomohli velkému psovi. They helped the big dog. Děkovali poslednímu návštěvníkovi. They thanked the last visitor. And přišli k velkému oknu. They came to the big window. And přišli k modernímu oknu. They came to the modern window. Feminine singular forms are the same as in the genitive, so hard type adjectives take the suffix é. For example, přišli k velké zahradě. They came to the big garden. And soft type adjectives in feminine singular again take the suffix í. Přišli k moderní zahradě. They came to a modern garden. By the way, even if the sentence přišli do zahrady and přišli k zahradě translate to English the same, they came to the garden, the meaning is different. While přišli do zahrady means they actually entered the garden, they went into it. Přišli k zahradě means that they are now standing next to it. Genitive forms of adjectives in plural are fairly simple, as they do not distinguish between genders and they take the suffix ích in hard type adjectives and ích in soft type adjectives. Vyšli z velkých domů, they came out of big houses. Vyšli z moderních domů, They came out of modern houses. Dívali se z velkých oken. They looked out of big windows. Dívali se z moderních oken. They looked out of modern windows. Vyšli z velkých zahrad. They came out of big gardens. And vyšli z moderních zahrad. They came out of modern gardens. Let me just remind you that y and měkké I or Y and I is in Czech pronounced exactly the same. However, if there is a certain type of consonant right before I, the consonant gets different pronunciation. If you are not sure how that works, you might want to check out a video on how to read dietěně, Y and měkké I, which I made some time ago. Dative forms of adjectives in plural are also the same for all genders, and they take the suffix "im" in hard-type adjectives and "im" in soft-type adjectives. Pomohli velkým psům. They helped the big dogs. Děkovali posledním návštěvníkům. They thanked the last visitors. Přišli k velkým oknům. They came to the big windows. Přišli k moderním oknům. They came to the modern windows. Přišli k velkým zahradám. They came to the big gardens. Přišli k moderním zahradám. They came to the modern gardens. Before a quick test, let me summarize some interesting points. The genitive is often used with prepositions z, ze, od, do, bez. The dative is often used with prepositions k, ke. There aren't different forms for animate or inanimate masculine nouns in genitive or dative. Feminine singular adjectives are the same in genitive and dative. Plural forms of genitive and dative do not distinguish between genders. Feminine plural forms of soft-type adjectives end in suffix "e" in all cases. You can find and download all the tables from today's video in the description below. I'll give you a sentence or a phrase and some time to translate it. If those few seconds are not enough to put the grammar together, or if there are some words you need to find in a dictionary, stop the video. I'll say the translation after the countdown. Without a big dog. Bez velkého psa. From modern cities. Z moderních měst. To old villages. Do starých vesnic. From beautiful gardens. Z krásných zahrad. Without modern technology. Bez moderní technologie. He helped an old friend. Pomohl starému kamarádovi. He phoned old friends. Zavolal starým kamarádům. He helped a beautiful woman. Pomohl krásné ženě. He looked out of a broken window. Díval se z rozbitého okna. He came out of a beautiful house. Vyšel z krásného domu. He came out of a beautiful garden. vyšel z krásné zahrady. I hope that you enjoyed the video and learned a little bit more about the beauty of the Czech language. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have a look around our channel. You might find some other interesting videos on Czech and also English. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.